Rainy, thundery Bangkok today. And like always, I end up losing the remote for the aircon. Yes, my love.
It's not raining.
It's thundering right now.
Yeah, but it's not raining.
But you cannot go to the pool when there's lightning and thunder.
I know, I'm just
Okay. Have you seen my remote control? Oh, I see it.
Bye.
Bye, lovey. Okay. I've been fighting with with the aircon all day because it's rainy season in Thailand. So rainy season means that it's raining, right? But there's a lot of thunder and lightning at weird times of the day. So it gets hot in here and then it gets cold because I make it too cold. So I wanted to come on today and chat with you guys. I don't like the lighting right now. There it goes, much better. Wanted to chat with you guys. Also, hello to all the newbies. To all the newbies in this group. Welcome to the group as well. I go live in this group at least once or twice a week, but this past week, I haven't gone on in a bit. I usually don't go live on Sundays, but I'm inspired to chat with you guys. Oh my gosh, it sounds so beautiful. So when you see me hop on, when you hop on and you see me, say hello. Dude, I'm not liking this lighting. Is that better? Oh, I think that's much better. Okay, much better. Okay, so I want to share with you guys nine amazing steps that you can take to go from your dream in your head, your idea of what you want, and to transform that idea, to transform that dream into a reality, right? How do you do that? How is it possible? A lot of the times it feels like things are just so more impossible than they really are, right? It seems unachievable, it seems difficult. It takes a lot of energy from us. It stresses us out because we're in the middle of it and we can't see a way out. We can't see, okay, how is this possible? It's possible for everybody else. How can it be possible for me? And the one thing you need to do, and I'm going to start with that most of us don't do, is to do nothing. Okay? And I've said that in a few of my videos, but it's very important, right? When you do nothing, you're actually giving your whole body, like your mind, your physical body, your emotions, right? And your spirit, you're giving it time to come back to center. And that's one, if anything, that's the most important thing that you can do when you're struggling with, I want to achieve this goal and I haven't been able to achieve it, or I can't achieve it, or, let me check real quick. Why haven't I checked? I need to check to see if this thing is live, right? So we lose confidence. Perfect, we are live. So we lose confidence, we lose momentum, we lose motivation to move forward because of what we're experiencing during the creation process, during the manifestation process of our dreams, right? Manifestation just basically means creation. And when we're in the middle of creating something, a lot of things happen. Setbacks happen. Why? No matter how prepared you are, right? Because you could be prepared mentally. You think you're prepared emotionally, but we really aren't, right? Because what happens is that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, right? And when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, let me mute this. When you're stepping out of your comfort zone, your body, your brain, your DNA, your energy is not used to this new energy. It's not used to what's going on. It's like, wait a minute, this is something new. What's going on? I don't have the tools right now. In case something bad happens, I'm just going to keep you safe in this space over here, even if where you are currently, emotionally, mentally, in your business, in your personal life, even if that's where you don't want to be, even if it's a place where it's unhealthy for you on any level, in any area of your life, your body, your brain, so we're always talking about 4 different areas of our life. Just FYI, this is the 4 areas that I always talk about, because you can't fix one without the other. So we're talking about your mental, your physical, your spiritual, right? And your emotional. So all those 4 areas of your life have to work cohesively together. You can fix one, and then if the other area is unstable, one of the areas has to overcompensate. Or the area that's not stable, it's not healthy, right, will, I don't want to say hurt, but will jeopardize the other areas of your life. So it's very important to understand that if you're in that space right now where you're like, gosh, I have this goal and it's almost impossible, and I have all these little things to do, and or this goal is too difficult for me. I don't have the tools right now. I don't have the mindset, the energy, the money. You can easily break it down to where it's more digestible for you, right? And that's okay. You don't know, behind the scenes, you don't know what an entrepreneur actually went through to get to where they are, right? If you're a coach, if you're a consultant, and you're in fitness, wherever you are, whatever area in business that you are, when you look at your competitors and you see them, bringing in, lots of clients and booking out their services and making tons of cash every month, right? Or daily, right? Especially right now, a lot of service-based entrepreneurs posting, $10,000 days, It does a number. It does a number to your self-esteem. It does a number to, to your emotions, to your mindset, right? But you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So we bring that back. How do you bring that back? You bring yourself back to center. You bring yourself back to you. And the first thing that I want you guys to write down, right, is to be clear about your objective, okay? What is your main objective? For example, if your objective is to land 5 clients this month, okay, that's my big objective, right? Is that your real goal? No, the goal is, what is that money, right? The money, because you want 5 clients to what? You're not going to coach them for free, right? You're not going to train them for free. You want money. That's the overall goal, right? Okay, well, how about opening up yourself to other ideas of making money within your industry, whoa, that was a big lightning bolt that I just saw. That was crazy. I'm on the 15th floor. I got a great view of the city of Bangkok, and it is sunny out right now. It's really pockets of so there's a pocket of clouds and then a pocket of sunlight, as you can tell by the light on my face. That's crazy. Okay. So getting clear on your objective, right? Okay, I want 5 clients this month. Okay, you really want the money. That's overall what we want, right? Well, maybe I can land 1 client, right? Private, and then I can do a course, or I can do a mini training, or I can do an intensive, or I can do something with a group, right? Or I can do, self-study courses are amazing, by the way, because you can set it and forget it. But being clear, right? Being clear on what your main objective is brings you back to center. And then what you do is you brainstorm ways to achieve that goal, okay? If your goal is to make $5,000 this month, okay, that's your main goal, then you brainstorm ways to get there, right? Do you need to now spend the next week 100% trying to build up your social media following in order to get clients? No. You need to reach out to people. You need to, wherever you are on social media. So for me, it's my Facebook group. That's always my number 1 objective, to grow my Facebook group. And I do that consistently. So I'm fine with that. No stress on that. But that's my objective, right? So you have to find what your main objective is and then brainstorm ways to get there. The second thing to do is to make a list of all your resources. You'd be surprised of how many resources we have that can assist us, that can inspire us, right? That can help us out, right, with ideas. There are a lot of tools right now, especially because we are blessed with the internet. There's so much information that you can get online, right? You have more to work with than you actually realize. connections, right? There's networking groups, there's collaboration groups, right? Sometimes there's free masterminds that you can sign up for. So list your resources. Try to think outside the box, okay? Try to think outside the box. So for number 2, you guys, I want you guys to make a list of at least 10 resources that can help you with achieving your main objective for the next month, right? So coming up for June, okay? Number 3 is to consider the resources that you'll require. Very, very important to plan out. Now, I'm intuitive. I go with the flow. I don't really schedule a lot of live videos in this group because I go with inspiration. It's the way I'm built. It's my personality. It's really ironic because I just found out about human design, and for those of you who don't know, it's amazing. Look it up, human design. And I'm a generator, and everything about my personality fits to the T, so I can't schedule. If I schedule stuff too far in advance, odds are I'm going to reschedule or cancel them, because the day of or the day before, my energy levels will be shot, and then my sacral energy will be like, nope, don't do it. So I hate to schedule things out like that unless it's like 100%, sure that I'm gonna do this. So so very, very important to consider the resources you'll require for everything that you think you're gonna need, right? So if you want to land 5 clients this month, if you want to bring in $5,000 this month, and I'm meaning June, right? Which is very rare because I rarely plan ahead anyway. So what are you gonna need? What will you need for that? Okay. What do you already have? The tools you already have and the tools that you're going to require to coach them or to help them get from, point A to point B. If there's something that you don't have, for example, if you're planning on coaching someone, are you ready? Are you actually ready to coach? Do you have your scheduling out? Do you have your onboarding forms? Do you have your first sessions planned out, right? If you know what you're coaching on, and you should have a niche, if you know what you're coaching on, even consultants, what's it going to look like for your client, right? In the beginning, how are you going to show support? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Very, very important to have a clear picture about the resources that you're going to need in order to be successful in achieving that main objective for the month, all right? Okay, so number 4 is to maintain your awareness for your objective, okay? Keeping your objective in the front of your mind, right? Like in the present is the easiest way you can achieve that goal, because you're thinking about it every day. You're seeing it. So I have Post-it notes. You can't see it, but like I have Post-it notes, and I move them around when I when I shift my furniture because of Feng Shui. But right now I glance down and I see my Post-it notes. They're at eye level when I wake up, so I can just look at them. And my goals are there, right? And so I'm aware of my objective. So how can you create awareness for your objective so that you don't like get distracted, right? A lot of us, we get distracted, right? Like shiny object syndrome and free resources obsession. Like how many fucking freebies did you sign up for this past 3 months? How many free fucking workshops did you sign up for? And have they helped you, right, get from where you are to where you really want to be? Yes, if the workshops and free resources are structured correctly, they're supposed to have an actual, like, solve at least one problem. That's the whole point of workshops and lead magnets, right? They solve one problem, and then whoever downloads or shows up for the workshop, they're like, okay, you solved one problem, I want to solve them all. Because we don't have one, it's not one problem and the fix it. You don't get on a phone with a coach one session and your whole business is perfect and your life is amazing. You don't listen to one meditation one day and then everything is fucking perfect. That's not the way it happens, okay? The way it happens is by consistency and by really figuring out the root cause of your problem. So awareness of your objective is going to help you with that, because as you see, right, as you become more aware of what your goal really is for that month, for that week, for the year, what's going to happen is you're thinking about it. It's going to inspire you. It's going to be like, okay, I still have this objective. And then your brain is going to be like, it's going to be more aware. Your mind automatically will start noticing different things. So this is something I like to remind people of. Right now, if I say yellow car, and you go outside, you will notice every fucking yellow car that drives by. If I say, dog, you will notice every dog, because it's the last thing, and my brain now knows, okay, dog, okay, yellow car, and it starts looking for that. So you do that with your objective, right? If your goal is to get more clients, if your goal is to have, increase your income, then what happens is your brain starts looking for solutions. It's like, okay, this is what she's looking for. This is what she wants. Let me help her achieve this goal. How can I do that? Your brain naturally starts trying to answer those problems, those questions for you. It's amazing the way our brain works. So just remind yourself on a daily basis that you do have this goal, right? Become aware of it. I have Post-it notes, so I put Post-it notes all over my house. I do have one on my coffee machine so I can see it in the morning. Okay, I do have one on my mirror in my bathroom, and like I said, I have some right here next to my bed when I wake up. And I also have reminders on my phone 3 times a day of what my monthly goal, my monthly income goal is. And this reminds me 3 times a day. When it pops up, I get a little notification. I look at it and I'm like, okay, this is my goal. It's my objective, and that's my focus. And it works, because then I'm like, okay, am I close to achieving this? How can I achieve that goal this month? Okay, so that's number 4. When you guys watch this, use the hashtag replay and let me know what you're thinking of this so far. Okay, number 5 is to avoid trying to go for imperfection. Okay, it doesn't exist. Okay, big reminder that it doesn't exist. Perfection is an illusion. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, you could sell the idea of something. You could run a workshop, or you could run a 5-day workshop, or a 5-day or a 2-hour masterclass, or whatever it is, on a lead magnet. And then you can, when you connect with your divine perfect clients, you say, hey, I have this amazing opportunity. I would like to extend an invitation to you to join me for this amazing training. It's X amount of weeks. This is what we're going to cover, and I think it's, I really believe it's going to help you. Would you like to get in on it? You can get in on it, for $100 or whatever it is that you're the minimum, because hopefully you're doing payment plans for your programs. Right? And these are for coaches and consultants and fitness trainers, you guys. If this is not your business, you can structure this in a way that works for you. Or if it doesn't work for your business, comment, and I will give you an idea of how you can structure this for your specific business. But, your program doesn't have to be done. You can sell your program without having a landing page, without having any, social media images for it. If you have the clientele there, if you have your divine perfect clients in your Facebook group, and you know what their goals are, and you know what their needs are, and you know what their problems are, then you can totally offer, right? Extend an invitation to them to join you for a program that you're excited about, that they're great for, without even having a landing page. That's how you build momentum. Also, that's how you find out, okay, why are you not interested? Like, can you help me back and give me some feedback? Is it because of the money? Is it because maybe, there's something else you want me to add to the program? Feedback is amazing, you guys. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback. But try to avoid for perfection, because your landing page is never going to be perfect. Your website's never going to be perfect. If you're saying to yourself, I need 1,000 followers on Instagram before I start to sell, or I need 1,000 followers on 1,000 members in my group, in my Facebook group, before I even, try to reach out to people, all you're doing is stalling. All you're doing is giving yourself another excuse as to why you haven't reached out and made a sale yet. Okay, it's fear, and subconsciously that's where it comes from. So if you're doing that and you're holding on to things being perfect just so you can step out of that comfort zone that you're in, then see that as an opportunity to be like, okay, Millie said it doesn't, because it doesn't have to be perfect. I know tons of coaches that don't even have a social media presence and are booked out. Okay, but One of them specifically is a really good friend of mine, and she just hates social media, but she networks and she's great at what she does. So to avoid perfection, one of the side tips that you can do is pick something you're naturally good at. If you really love Instagram and you're on there anyway, do that. If you really love Facebook and you're on there anyway, do it on there, right? Don't try to impose something, right, in your business. Hey, Jen, don't try to impose, something in your business that you're not comfortable with, that doesn't light you up, that you're like, ugh, I don't want to go on Instagram, or ugh, I don't want to do Facebook. Because what's going to happen is that negative energy is going to fuck up your business. It's going to transfer over into your content. It's going to transfer over when you have sales calls. It's going to transfer over when you do your live videos. Hey, Chris Love, miss you. Hope all is well in Macau. So try to avoid perfection. What you should be striving for is achieving a goal, right? You have your goals, you have your plan for next month, right? And so I try to do these lives, at least one of these at the end of the month, to help to motivate you guys to go for June. And if you didn't hit your goals for this month, then you can definitely get motivated and inspired to hit your goals for June. This is one of the things. Avoid perfection. It doesn't fucking exist, okay? So that's number 5. We're doing 9 steps to go from dream to reality. So if you've just hopped on, make sure that you watch this from the beginning. Number 6 is to make a plan, okay? I am 100% for divine inspiration. A lot of my life, amazing experiences in my life, and a lot of my success comes from inspiration and my intuition. But planning helps you on the days when you're not inspired and you're, have an abundance of ideas, or you're foggy, because we have those days. We all have those days we wake up and we're like, I really don't want to fucking do anything today, or I really don't know what I should focus on today. When you have a plan set, right? When you've had your little plan right in front of you that you can look at, you can say, okay, what out of this list would I be inspired to do today? Because you don't have to do the things you're not inspired to do. That's how you end up being resentful. That's how you end up being stressed. That's how you end up losing the passion that you originally had when you first thought of even having your business, right? Which part is most of your lockdown? Which part of it? I've had it too. I've had a headache for like the last 2 days. And my kid right now, a lot of the kids who went to the country during lockdown are coming back. So she has 2 of her girlfriends in the house, which is great. That's another reason why I was able to go on live today, because I'm usually not live on Sundays. But I've had a migraine and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything today. And I've just been organizing some files on my zip drive and organizing the live, the workshop for tomorrow. Jen, if you have not signed up for that. It's your first 1K. And I titled it 1K because it sounds easier for people. If I say your first 10K, it's like the stress comes up and it smacks you in the face. Or the first 5K, but you can use this, the tools and the exercises in this workshop for any amount of money that you're trying to make. So it's going to be fun. So if you haven't signed up for that, sign up for that. Okay. So number 6 was make a plan, right? Have a list. I have a list all the time, and I have a book for different things. I really do. And I love it. I'm a Virgo, so I have to be organized. If I'm not organized, I am a mess. I have to know, I have a backup plan for a backup plan, right? But I lead with inspiration, because on those days when you just don't fucking want to do anything, you're like, well, I can't not show up for a whole week in my group, right? And that happens, right? And so you don't really want to lose momentum a whole lot of the time, but you should definitely honor your energy levels, okay? Especially with what's going on right now. Retrograde just started. I thankfully have been doing so much energy healing and mindset work that this year is the first year that retrograde has not affected me so much. I'm a little exhausted still. And I'm starting to nap midday, but usually it would knock me out completely. I'd be a fucking mess, and I'm not. So, that's when a plan comes in handy. So number 7 is to work your plan, right? So knowing what to do is half of the puzzle when it comes to really planning out and really making your dream a reality, right? How do you do that? Well, you have to work on your plan consistently. You have your list, and hopefully you've broken down your goals into smaller lists. If you have a goal on your list that's a little bit, too dense for you, dense in energy, and I always try to weave in some energy words in my coaching so you guys can understand. Because if a goal is too scary for you, what happens is energetically you're inviting in a denser energy, and that's when you get blocked. Okay, that's when you start losing momentum. That's when you start getting your body starts reacting to that energy, right? So like you start getting chest pains or you start getting anxiety attacks, right? So when you're looking at your goals list, if something on that list is too much, okay, and there's a big misconception about stepping into fear or just walk through the fear. Yeah, you can, but when it gets to the point where it's affecting you physically, right, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, then break down that goal, okay? Because if you don't have the tools for yourself, and everyone uses different tools to overcome the fears, right, their fears and their comfort zones. If you don't have the tools set in place for yourself, what's going to happen is that you're going to hit that roadblock, and you're just going to be like, well, I'm just not going to do it today. And then today turns into a week, and then a week turns into a month. And then a year from now, you're going to be stuck in the same damn place in your business or in your life, okay? So when you see that on the internet, when you hear other coaches or other consultants talk about step through fear, listen to that, take it with a grain of salt, because everyone is different. We all process information differently, and we all, achieve our goals differently. So that's just like a blanket statement, which I hate, but to each his own, right? So just remember that and make a note of that, okay? Like not every fear you feel, you have to go for it head on. Okay, any questions so far? Okay. So number 8 is to evaluate your progress. This is really, really good, and I'm really glad that I put that in there for this step, because it has a little side steps in there as well. Evaluating your progress isn't just about, oh, I checked something off the list, right? Like, okay, I'm one step closer to achieving my bigger goal. The good thing about this is that when you're having those bad days, when you feel like you're behind, or you start doing that comparison syndrome, or you have imposter syndrome. Jen says, oh, good, and liking the idea of breaking it up. Yeah, totally awesome. I'm glad this is helpful for you. If you experience one of those things, right, you're going to forget about the stuff that you've already accomplished, right? Because it's easier for your brain to remember the things we didn't do than the things we did do, right? It's like when you're in a relationship and you get into an argument, or you're having a bad day, and you remember all the bad shit they did, right? And you're like, well, how come you don't remember anything of the good stuff I did? That is totally what happens with business too. It's just the way our mind works. That's why I love, I don't have them up yet, but I had in my last apartment, because we moved recently, all my certifications up. And so usually when I would do my live videos, I would have my certifications behind me. So I could see them while I'm doing my live videos in a group, and it would be like, yes, that's right, I've accomplished this. And then just inspires me and motivates me to keep going. And it raises my confidence levels, right? And so this is what you can do as well. So what you can do is not only evaluating your progress for your goal for the next month or the next week or the next year, whatever, but also making a list of your accomplishments. This could be part of your daily journaling, especially if you're having one of those days where you're not motivated, or things aren't moving as quickly as you want them to, right? Which happens to all of us, okay? Because we set expectations for what we want for ourselves, but a lot of the times they're not realistic, because we do want, the whole point is we want to dream bigger, right? Who doesn't want to dream bigger? I dream bigger all the time. But when you don't have, right, the proof of success, proof of your accomplishments, then what happens is the inner critic comes out, right? And you start doubting yourself. And we don't want that. We want to, whatever you didn't get to accomplish in May or for the first 5 months of 2020, because it's been a crazy year so far, right? We have to be kinder to ourselves, and we have to remind ourselves of how far we've already come, okay? And don't compare your achievements to someone else's achievements, because you don't know what they've had to overcome to get to where they are. My achievements personally has been a lot of emotional stuff, because I recently got divorced, had to do a lot of self-worth, self-confidence again, motivation to start fresh in a new country, right? I mean, I literally started my business in a foreign country. So when you evaluate your progress, when you evaluate your achievements, don't compare it to other people. Compare it to who you were before in the past, okay? That way you can be thankful and grateful for where you are right now. And that is one of the most important things that you can do in order to get from dreaming about your goals and creating them and making them a reality, okay? So number 9 is to keep going. No matter what, no matter what, no matter what. I can't tell you how many times I've cried hysterical and I wanted to quit. I'm telling you that right now. I wanted to quit coaching so many times. I would get on the phone with my spiritual coach and I'm like, I can't do this. It's taking so much energy from me. And, she had me do a specific exercise for myself to ask my sacral energy is like, is that really what you want to do? And I'm like, no, I don't want to quit, And so when I wasn't in that emotional state, right, when that energy had lifted, that negative energy had lifted, and I was back into my present state, back into my purpose, back into my passion, I was like, of course I want to do this. Of course this is what I'm meant to do. I'm great at what I fucking do. And you keep going and you keep pushing. So if you don't have people in your life that you can talk to, that you can literally have those moments. I know so many service-based entrepreneurs who keep quiet about the struggles that they're having. And that is so bad for you on so many levels, okay? No one has this figured out from the beginning. Coaches have coaches and they keep their mouths shut, okay? I have this thing, and if you don't believe me, I'm a research fanatic. I'm a Virgo. Before I hire a coach, I research who they've coached for or coached with, okay? I go in the social media groups and I do a search on the search box for all their previous posts to see when was the last post that they were complaining about their work, or that they were begging for clients, and all of a sudden they had, because I like to see transition. I like to see, is this true? Is this coach making? And that's my personality. I'm putting it, all the cards there out on the table. And I did this before I hired my last coach. And I went into the Facebook groups that we're part of, and I searched for her posts. And I said, where was she last year compared to where she is now? And so you can do that too. So you can also proof that people, all these coaches right now, especially if you're doing a comparison thing. Oh, it's so bright. All these coaches have coaches, okay? They have coaches who help them come up with a marketing plan, help them find out what their zone of genius is, help them, figure out what works best for them. And then they take that and then they're better able to show up, right? They don't know from the beginning. No one is born with all this knowledge, right? So keep going, figure out, okay, if you're having a bad day, journal it out. Okay, why am I having a bad day? Why today? What am I feeling? Okay, what am I gonna feel like when this emotion is over? Okay, when this emotion passes, when the fear passes, when the whatever it is that you're feeling, guilt, shame, frustration. With me, it's frustration. I'm frustrated. I get frustrated. I don't get angry. I get frustrated because I have an analytical brain, and I can instantly come up with solutions. Like, that's just the way my brain has always been. I play chess for fun. And I miss playing chess actually. There's no one in Bangkok. None of my friends play chess. So that's the way that I am, right? And that works, right? Sit down with yourself and say, okay, I'm going to journal this shit, but feel the emotions. Don't hide what's going on with yourself. It's one thing, and I totally get it, you guys, because in the online space, you do want to portray, right, like you're successful and you got your shit together, because in reality, when people are hiring consultants and coaches, they don't want to hire someone who's messy. But the truth is that everyone is fucking messy. The truth is no one has it all together. As long as you connect with someone who can help you get from point A to that point B, you're fine, right? So I hope this makes sense, right? Because what happens is that then you start expecting that from yourself. Then you start, well, I can't coach right now because my funnel is not great. I can't coach right now because I don't have a social media following. No one's going to want to hire me because I barely have 500 people. You understand? So the same thing that what you project, right? What you get back is what you're projecting. Your life is a mirror, and this is a quick energy learning experience, right? Energy lesson. Every person you meet in your life is a mirror of a version of yourself, and you meet them in order for them to teach you something, okay? And so when you, come across someone and you're like, well, it looks like they have it all together, right? I need to have what they have in order to be as successful as them. Nobody wakes up with 7,000 followers on Instagram. They work for it, or they hire a social media manager, or they start using bots in the beginning. You don't know, right? So get all that shit out of your head, okay? I would journal out every idea or belief that you have about what it is that you need to be successful in order for you to reach out to clients, in order for you to start showing up, okay, in your business, like really authentically showing up and sharing what you know, okay? What's holding you back from doing that? What are those beliefs? And then write out, how you can prove them wrong, okay? And you can do, like I said, you can do the search boxes to prove your belief wrong. Like, no, it's not true. She didn't have this many followers before. A lot of coaches do follow trains to raise their follower count, so make sure that what your goals are for next month, okay, are in alignment with what you really want and what you really desire, and alignment with your own personality, your zone of genius, and I hate that fucking term, your zone, right? And understand that nobody has it perfect. No one has it perfect. If we did, we will all be a walking ball of white light and everyone would be fucking millionaires, okay? So no one's perfect. So don't strive for perfection. Make sure you write out your goals. Make sure you evaluate your progress, right? Little recap. Make sure that you're celebrating all those little wins. Those little wins are amazing. The last few days I didn't go live in his group. And you know what I celebrated? I celebrated the fact that I took a nap. I did, because my energy level has been so low that I was like, I need to nap. And my daughter came in the room and she was like, oh shit, mommy is napping, because I don't nap during the day. And I celebrated that I was organizing my external zip drive because I have a lot of programs that I want to come out with. I celebrated that I paused 3 of my launches because I wasn't energetically aligned to them. They're amazing. And so I'm now contemplating just recording them and having them as a self-study. And that's basically it. I love self-study courses, and I'm just not one of these coaches that launches all the time. It takes a lot of energy. And I will probably do that just with my signature program. Okay. But yeah, and that's who I am, right? So don't focus on stuff that people tell you to do. If you're working with someone right now and something they advise you to do, it's something that you just really don't want to do, don't do it, okay? It took me about 2 years to start accepting potential clients to my Facebook page, to like my private Facebook profile, because I like to have that boundary. So what I did was, and this is FYI for you guys, because you can get banned, you can have your account banned by Facebook if you sell through your personal Facebook profile. And I've known a lot of people in service-based entrepreneurs who've gotten their Facebook profiles closed, and then you lose access to your groups. Okay, that's why I created in this group, you'll see 2 of me. You'll see 2 admins. Just in case I get locked out of one, I have another one. okay? Because you never fucking know what Facebook is doing. And so what I did was I did start accepting some members as a friend on my Facebook profile. But then I created a filter, because you can create filters. We won't go into it too much, but you can create filters in your private Facebook page where when you're posting, only certain people can see it. So my friends don't want to see like all my fucking business posts. So then if all business posts are only seen by the people who are in business with me or my potential clients. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, that was just a side note. I don't know why I wanted to bring that up. But do you have any questions? Jen, do you have any questions? What are your goals, you guys? When you hop on and see this, I want to know what your goals are for June. And I want to know what your plan is to get there. Because if there's any way that I can help you with that, I will totally comment on there with tips, or maybe create a live training for you guys based on what your goals are. I recommend everyone show up tomorrow for the... Yeah, I just found out. Jen, I was literally fighting that. I've had coaches making 10, 20, 30 grand a month saying you have to start accepting people on your personal profile. I'm like, no, because my private business is my private business, right? And I vent a lot. I have friends on my profile, my personal private profile, tongue twister, from like second grade in high school, right? And I'm a writer, so I'm an emotional person. And if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, you've never really seen me curse. And like, I get on and I'm like venting. I'll video vent on my personal profile to my friends, because I live in Bangkok, and a lot of my friends, with the time zones and everything, they can't chat with me all the time. So this is how we connect. And I'm like, I don't want my clients to see this, but the filter thing works. So I've done that. So great tip for that. Okay. And if there's enough of you that want me to show you how to do that, we can do a live Zoom where I can show you my screen. I can show you how to do that. So yeah, so if you have any questions or comments about these tips, or please, I want you guys to freaking post on here what your income goals are for June. If your goal is to grow your Facebook group, if your goal is to grow your email list, right? By the way, there is a free training in here about how to grow your email list, so I suggest you guys take that too. Then do that. But yes, tomorrow starts day 1 of the 1K in 5 days. There is a workbook, but there is other exercises that we are going to cover that are not in the workbook. And the reason I did that is because of intuition. Or literally, my intuition is like, you have to do this. But you can't really put that in the workbook, because it's going to be very difficult to explain. So it's better if you guys show up live. Understand, I am going to try to go I'm going to try to go live at different times because of the time zones. Bangkok time zone is a little weird. So like tomorrow, I think, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow is at 7, right? I scheduled it for nighttime, my time zone. And then I'll post what time we're doing it on Tuesday. I'm going to go live different times so that everyone gets the opportunity to show up live and ask me questions live. Okay. We are going to cover strategies. We are going to cover mindset work, and we are going to cover energy work to achieving your income goals for the next month. So this training tomorrow will help you, along with this quick video, will help you achieve your income goals, okay, for June, okay? So make sure that you watch that one as well and you participate if you really want to achieve your goals for June. So my computer's not loading the page, so whatever, it's on there. So just look for the link for that. It's going to be an amazing training. The first time I tried doing the training, I lost my voice on the 3rd day, so I didn't finish it. So it's actually going to be my official live for 5 days in this specific training. So I'm really, really, really excited about that, because yeah, I didn't get to finish it the first time. So yay. So yeah, So thank you for watching this. Let me know in the comments what your goals are. How can I help you for that? If you have any questions about goal setting, clients, anything like that, always feel free to post in the group. I have a plethora of knowledge, but that's my zone. My zone is mindset work, energy work, and strategy. And you combine all of those together, you're going to be successful as fuck. Okay. You can't do one without the other. Okay. It's just the way energy works. Okay. And it's the way strategy and mindset works. Okay. So that's basically it. I love you guys. Happy Sunday. I am totally lost with the days of the week because of this lockdown. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that yesterday I put happy Sunday and my friend was laughing at me and I'm like, always happens. I never know what day it is. So happy Sunday from Bangkok. And wherever you are in the world, I send you massive love, massive light. Be kind to yourselves, guys, okay? Be kind to yourselves. Nobody has it figured out 100%. You're doing the best that you can with what you have, okay? And then you take those steps to move forward in your life and move forward in your business, okay? And I will chat with you guys tomorrow. Bye.